right, folks, welcome to the third hour of American Agenda. I'm Bob Sellers.
And I'm Heather Childers, and we are joined by our family of co-hosts, CEO of Annandale Capital, George C., Executive Director of the Political Action Committee, and retired Air Force member Anna Paulina Luna, and former Special Assistant to President Trump, Andrew Giuliani. Welcome to everyone.
Yeah, we want to talk about what just happened, what was it, an hour or so ago? We actually saw the passing of what was advertised as the COVID relief bill. But if you look deeper, it's actually only 9% related to COVID. And it has millions, actually billions, being spent on other things. For instance, you've got the state of California, which this year, folks, you would think with all the things going on with COVID, actually had a surplus of $15 billion. They're getting $42 billion, I believe the number was. And there's a lot of pork in here having nothing to do with COVID. So let's bring our panel in. And Andrew, I'll start with you about what gets your attention, because this passed essentially along party lines. There was one Democrat that actually voted against it from the state of Maine. Otherwise, all Republicans, all Democrats on their respective sides. Andrew, what do you think of this bill?
Yeah, you highlighted it last hour, I think, pretty well. I think also the fact that more than 50% of it won't get spent until 2024. This is not a relief package as they're branding it. This is this is actually just a complete kickback to these blue states, and nothing more than that. I mean, thank goodness you have $1,400 that are going to the people that are that need it most.
Yeah, some people need it, right?
Exactly, but I mean, that's, as you said, 9% of the bill. Where's the other 91% going? I think we need to really pie chart this out and take a look at it as you're highlighting, Bob.
All right. Yeah. Right now, we did want to make a little bit of a shift. We'll get back to that topic, but we did want to bring in a special guest. We always love talking to this person, Senator Marsha Blackburn. And Senator, I want to set it up here with you, the NBA's relationship, because this is something that was interesting. The relationship the NBA, yes, the National Basketball Association, has with China is strained right now, more than ever before, since planting roots there about 30 years ago. Right now, you are calling for the NBA to remove themselves from their China affiliation, and it's gaining some traction. So tell us about that, Senator, because we all know that they did a deal, and pretty much this is about making money, right?
It is about making money, and we all remember when China TV suspended the NBA games. It was after Daryl Morey's tweet supporting the Hong Kong freedom fighters. Then Adam Silver decides he's going to go back to China TV and try to negotiate, because this is worth hundreds of millions, maybe up to $3 billion to them. Adam Silver says China is basketball obsessed. They like having the NBA games. So Congress would like to know, what is the relationship and what did they agree to in order to get the NBA games back on China TV, which, by the way, is partially owned by the Chinese Communist Party. Has Adam Silver agreed that he is going to censor his players, coaches, and staff? Because China TV does not allow anything that is going to be detrimental or disrespectful of the Chinese Communist Party to be broadcast on China TV. They also have the NBA makes a lot of their sports, their licensed sports products are made by companies that are manufacturing in Xinjiang province there in China. They use Uyghur slave labor. We know the Uyghurs, who are the Muslim minority, are in internment camps, and that the Chinese Communist Party is trying to annihilate this population. So we would like to know what the arrangement is around this NBA licensed merchandise that is thereby sold globally. Also, the Ma family is who owns China TV with the Chinese Communist Party. We'd like to know what Michael Ma's relationship with the NBA is.
So, Senator Blackburn, what do you think that the NBA should do, and why does it seem that it takes someone like you to step up to the plate and ask these tough questions?
The NBA needs to realize that their players, coaches, and staff do not need to be beholden to Chinese Communist Party dictates. That is completely inappropriate. We would like to see consistency from the NBA in speaking out about human rights abuses. Indeed, Heather, you have it's a genocide that is being carried out against the Uyghur Muslims there in China. So details are important. Consistency is important.
All right, Senator, thank you so much. It's always a pleasure. By the way, very quick comment. You're in the Senate, of course, so you handled this the other day, but your comments on the new so-called COVID relief bill.
Not our COVID relief bill at all. As Andrew was saying, 9% goes to COVID relief, 91% is going to fund things like student loan forgiveness, reparations for socially disadvantaged farmers, the largest expansion of Obamacare we've ever seen, hundreds of millions of dollars for arts and humanities, and of course the biggie, $350 billion to bail out the blue states and cities. And even Schumer's staff was on Twitter bragging about that the money they're sending to New York would wipe out their deficit.
Yeah, there you go. Senator, thank you so much. And just so folks know, California's getting $42 billion, and Heather, New York, $23 billion, Texas, $27 billion.
Right. Yeah. And then that's not to even include the, $1 trillion out of the $4 trillion that was agreed to in the last 5 bipartisan bills. So $1 trillion that still hasn't been used. You can add it to all that.
Yes. So let's bring in our panel for a comment on any of the above. But I got to tell you, this COVID relief bill, it seems like it's a problem, George. There's a lot of money being spent, though, that is pork.
Well, for the far left and people who like to spend other people's money, it's Christmas, a lifetime of birthdays, Valentine's Day, Mother's Day, Father's Day, all rolled into one. It's ridiculous. They've way overextended, and for people who are outraged by this, just get ready for future attractions because more is coming down the pipe. And if you're really offended by it, I urge you to go vote in 2022. That's your recourse, is the ballot box.
Yeah, because we do have H.R. 1 coming. We've got an infrastructure bill coming. Anna, this seems to be you're getting a lot of wish lists right now from the Democratic side.
Absolutely. They're going to try to shove this down the Republicans' throat as fast as they can until that 2022 line when hopefully we can take back the House. But what's really concerning for someone who is on the younger side of things is that, who's paying for this? We are. Our taxpayer dollars are. And all this money to go bail out these blue states that along the whole time were not basing any of their COVID response on science, but they were basing it on political party lines. Those states didn't deserve those bailouts. We need to be ensuring that right now we're focusing on bigger issues, for example, our border security. But people don't want to talk about those things because if they do, it simply pokes a lot of holes and shows that the DNC does use propaganda and that they lie. So it's obviously very awful to hear that. I think about, the future of this country, the future generations that have to pick up that bill.
All right, Anna, thank you. And we'll have our panel stand by. We are looking into some of we're pulling stuff out of our poll vault. We have the latest poll numbers coming in on President Biden's leadership. How is he measuring up? That and more next on American Agenda.